This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start very soon. So please stay tuned. Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another video, a national hunt horse to follow, hopefully, over the next coming years. We're a bit strapped for time today. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody who is watching the video and supporting the channel. Thank you very much. The channel is coming along nicely and we're getting some very nice horses on it, which is the main thing really. And what's more, it's not costing anybody a penny, which is perfect. Right, on to the next horse. This is an exciting one. I did say a few weeks back that I did want to sort of stop identifying national hunt horses around this time, but when faced with this, one such as this, people have to sort of take note of it. The horse in question is the Willie Mullins trained, Simon Munir and Isaac Sweddy owned Night and Day. See the Moon sired filly, mare I suppose you'd have to say, with it being 6 years old. It actually raced for Wertheimer Frère on the flat in France before coming to Simon Munir and Isaac Sweddy when they tried a Concertista with it. One of the reasons I've identified this horse is because I've noticed that Munir and Sweddy, they do quite well with horses descending from Wertheimer stock. They've had footpad before, and they've also had, like I just said, Concertista. And Concertista made her national hunt debut in exactly the same race as this filly, Night and Day. She was 9th, whereas Concertista actually managed to finish 2nd on her debut. But since then, she's come out in the 17th of January 2023 and has won a mare's maiden hurdle by 22 lengths at Clonmel, running to what I feel for this race is a race quality of a mare's maiden hurdle of 140, which I feel is a very good rating for a race such as that. The pedigree of the horse, well, as soon as I saw it, I knew straight away that this would be a video, because the dam of it, this distinctive look, you know, trained by Brian Meehan on the flat. It was one off the line of Magnificent Style, the second dam, which we'll check on some of the progeny in a minute, that didn't really make it on the flat, but she did produce a top class staying hurdler, Super Sunday, you know. So we've got an interesting horse here, without any shadow of a doubt. I feel it's in exactly the right hands to win some pattern races, this horse. Super Sunday, you'll know, won some very good races towards the end of his career. Grade 1 hurdle winner. His first grade hurdle winner was in 2018. He'd won the Coral Cup in 2017 and then been beaten by Yanworth before that. And then it's just like a Rolls Honour really of good horses. Second in the Stayers hurdle. Another Group 1 win there over hurdles at Aintree. There's another one there at Aintree as well. Beat dual champion hurdle winner Bouvardere. You know, this horse was very good. It won several Group 1 winners and was very consistent over hurdles when at its best. It always took a top quality horse to beat it. I mean, if people go from the Coral Cup in 2017 to its run in the 2019 Irish Champion Hurdle, 13 races there, all at graded level, and the horse was never out of the first 3. I mean, very consistent horse. Super Sunday was. Like we said, the second dam, Magnificent Style, has produced some top class horses, really. We have to take a look at some of them. Magnificent Style herself, she actually raced more times than that. If we go to the legacy site, you will see we've had it prepared, but that's life. These are some of the older dams that we're going to talk about shortly. You'll see that Magnificent Style, the second dam, actually raced 11 times in her career, winning twice. Not the 4 times the Racing Post would have us think, but she did win the Group 3 Musidora Stakes and Oaks Trial in 1996. So she was very good on the flat as well. The progeny of Magnificent Style, top class. Percussionist, nearly placed in the Derby. I think he did win the Lingfield Derby trial, but this is a jumped video. He was rated 142 over fences when switched to Howard Johnson and hurdles, really. She also produced the stallion Nathaniel, who by no coincidence really, I think he is the sire of Concertista, I do believe. If people run Nathaniel, we're only interested in the jumps here. I think you'll see. Yeah, you see, Concertista is his third best horse over the jump, second really. He's actually rated higher than the 149 rated Navajo Pass. You'll see that that could only be a good thing. Nathaniel, of course, won the King George on the flat. Great Heavens is another one that we looked at. A very good horse on soft ground. Winner of the 2012 Irish Oaks. Very good horse on soft ground. Sluiced up a few times in 2012 on that sort of ground. And she is also the dam of a couple of horses that reached Patent Company as well. You see like Thunder Drum, who I did actually try and follow in France without much success. I think it won a Group 3. The race I identified it in, and then it never won again for me. But Great Bear, somehow a pattern race. It must have been placed in a handicap hurdle, rated 132. There's also horses such as Playful Act, that won the 2004 Fillies Mile and the 2005 Lancashire Oaks. A very good filly. And you'll see that she has also bred some 100 plus horses. One of them is Amjaz. I forgot about that. Amjaz, who won a Group 3 in America, 2014 Orchid Stakes. After going for Bin Saror, and I'm falling short in England. That's obviously the dam of Dubai Future, who, if people look at this horse, they'll see that at age 7 it's arguably showing its best form ever in its life. A proper racehorse. Reminds me a bit of a campanologist. I don't know whether they can find a Group 1 with it somewhere, but it certainly is showing its best form the older it gets. People will see that if they look at the form of the horse on the flat. And then you've also got horses like Echoes in Eternity, who bred some interesting horses on the flat, like Whispering Gallery, who also, people look at the form of Whispering Gallery, was a very good hurdler. But don't know what happened to it after that. It was in the time where John Ferguson took out a National Hunt licence and rinsed National Hunt racing for a while. It was great to see. And you'll see there that actually did run three times over hurdles, winning 2 of them and running to 143, as well as winning 2 flat pattern stakes races, including the 2011 DRC Gold Cup in Maidan, a Group 3. So there's some very nice horses on this line, without any shadow of a doubt, and we're only at the second dam, Magnificent Style. It was then really that Miss Karina, the third dam by Ice Capade. Siberian Summer actually won a Grade 1 in America at 4. So there's another Grade 1 flat winner there. Miss Karina was foaled in 1983. You'll see there that she raced 3 times and winning once in France. The 4th dam, Basin, is interesting because then we start to get linked to some very nice horses from the next dam. Basin raced 5 times and sadly died in 1998. But when people look at the 5th dam of the horse, Delta, they will see that she was very prolific, winning 16 of her 33 starts on the flat in America. This might have been the day before there was a pattern, you see. She won Broodmare of the Year in 1968. She won several races there that probably will be pattern races in today's racing time. I did look to see she must have sired some good horses then to win Broodmare of the Year. That led me to this 1966 foaled horse called Dyke that won 7 out of 25 races and was actually third in the Kentucky Derby and won the Wood Memorial and the Gotham, second in the Travers. Good 3-year-old, won the Breeders' Futurity at 2. You know, they are pattern races, and sired 15 stakes winners at stud. It was then when I looked for this line, 9F. We didn't really need to close that tab down, so I'll open it back up again. It was then when we ran Family 9F through our other site that we realised that this is a very good pedigree indeed. We found our horses quite easily there through Nathaniel and Great Heavens, both winners of good races, deemed good enough to get on this list. So we knew exactly where we were. We also got the 1997 Irish 1,000 Guineas winner there. British 1,000 Guineas winner there. So another foal who foaled some nice horses. Sleepy Time. It was then when we looked at a horse called Trusted Partner. You know, Trusted Partner won the Irish Guineas in 1988. And she is also the dam of Polished Gem. If you see there, Bortai is the horse in question. 4th dam of Trusted Partner, Bortai. I think is the 6th dam after Delta of Night and Day. Goes to the 5th dam, Delta. There you go. So these horses are very closely related, which ties in Polished Gem, who is out of Trusted Partner, and all the horses I've followed from Moyglare Stud over the years. Search for a Song, the one that's winning now, the Ascot Gold Cup winner, his name escapes me now, Kyprios. All those horses very closely. Custom Cut as another one, Free Eagle. All these horses very closely related to our Nathaniel and Great Heavens line as well, you know, which was superb for us to see. And if you go back another further dam, I'm assuming Demolition is the next dam. No, she isn't. It's Escutcheon. I don't know if Escutcheon gets on this list somewhere. And that ties in horses like Lucano. Yeah, Demolition. I think you have to go further back. Oh, Shield. We're not quite on it, are we? Well, Affection is our horse in 1914. Oh, there's Escutcheon. He's looking in the wrong place. There's Affection in 1914. So we go to Escutcheon, to Portoy. You see that brings in another Guineas and Oats winner there. 2010 in Japan. Apapani, however you say that. Mars Shield, 1937 Kentucky Oaks winner. 1985 Belmont winner. Creme Fraiche. A bit of stamina there in the Ledger winner of 2007. Lucano. Yeah, it's a very good. I mean, this isn't a flat horse, but it could be, couldn't it? You know, very interesting horse. So I think before we take a look at Night and Day again and think out where we're going to work out where we think this horse can go, we best see it win on the 17th of January at Clonmel before we think about wrapping this video up.
Her here today, haven't been too keen at Limerick last time. She looks like she will be good and prominent for Daniel King, who's been one of the finds of the season so far.
There's Maiden Hurl as they go to the first of 9 flights. New Girl in Town towards the inside is close up with Circus Act between them, the odds on favourite Night and Day. as they jump the first. All negotiated it safely, and beginning the downhill run towards the straight, New Girl in Town goes on, leads by a couple of lengths to Night and Day in second, followed on the downhill run by Gabby's Girl ahead of Circus Act in fourth. Cool Cree is just behind them, with alongside One Cool Lady. Also in that groom is Nightall around the outside. As they head downhill, the black and white colours of Penny Song. As they approach the turn into the straight, flights 2 and 3 ahead of them before they head out on the circuit. New Girl in Town with Gabby's Girl in the quartered colours. Night and Day the outside in the 2 shades of green. They're followed into the straight by Cool Cree to the
Finally,
inside.
the commentator tells everybody
Alongside with
watching
the
this
red
video
cap is
which
Circus
one our
Act, and
horse
they're
is.
followed by One Cool Lady.
Well, I could have
Moving
done it,
towards the
but not my
inside
job
is
to do, is it?
Chautauqua. Not far off them, Nightall, Penny Song around the outside. The white and red check colours of Pearl of Florida just behind them. Stable companion Get a Bell towards the outside of that one. Tucked away towards the inner as they head for flight number 2 is Apples in Winter. As they near this flight, Gabby's Girl has been taken out. Gabby's Girl pulled up before that flight as they come away from flight number 2, and New Girl in Town has fallen there. New Girl in Town a casualty at flight number 2. So on to the flight in front of the stands, last one next time. The odds-on favourite Night and Day takes them along. From Circus Act in second, Cool Cree the inside in green. Behind them is Chautauqua, the outside Penny Song, Nightall between them. Then in 2 shades of blue is One Cool Lady, a couple of lengths then. As they head into the turn to the green and yellow colours, Apples in Winter. Alongside that one towards the outside is Get a Bell, just ahead of Pearl of Florida. Next towards the inside is Fleming's Riva. Outside that one is Ballinclay Court. And the final trio as they go to jump their 4th flight. Inveterate ahead of Annie Bella. The overall back marker towards the outside with the yellow cap is Emily's Fortune. Going to the turn, that'll bring them up the far side. Night and Day on the outside leads. Cool Cree a close second. Circus Act remains close up in third. Chautauqua and Nightall just behind them. And then Penny Song towards the outside. Towards the inner, trying to make some headway, is Apples in Winter as they go to jump the first of the flights on the far side of the track. Night and Day increased her advantage, goes on by 2. Cool Cree second, Circus Act third. Chautauqua is next, followed on to the next flight by Apples in Winter towards the inner. Away from that, they have just 3 to jump as they head across now with a good run to the third last flight, the flight to the top of the track. Night and Day leads. In second is Cool Cree. Still close up on the outside is Circus Act. Towards the inside is Apples in Winter. Chautauqua is with them. One Cool Lady just behind them towards the outside of Nightall as they clear that flight. Nightall made a bad mistake there. As they begin the descent, Night and Day, the long odds-on favourite, leads by over 3 lengths, followed downhill by Chautauqua in second. Improving just behind them, One Cool Lady. Right with them still Circus Act. As they continue downhill, Chautauqua goes through into second behind Night and Day. Circus Act is towards the outer. And they're chased on the downhill run by, towards the inside, Apples in Winter. One Cool Lady just behind them. Cool Cree is weakened. Trying to close on the leading group is Pearl of Florida. As they approach the turn in, Night and Day keeping a wide berth. Towards the inside, pushed along Apples in Winter. Chautauqua, One Cool Lady, and also in touch Circus Act. As they turn in, head for the second last flight. Towards the outside, Night and Day, Paul Townend. Over towards the inside, Apples in Winter, driven along by Niall Prendergast. Trying to come through, One Cool Lady in the blue with Luke Dempsey. The outside is Circus Act and Gavin Broder. But as they come up to bypass the second last flight, a good run to the last now. Night and Day is clear by 6 or 7 lengths. Circus Act over towards the inside, Apples in Winter, One Cool Lady in fourth. But as they near the final flight, Night and Day over safely, clear by 10, 12, maybe 15 lengths. Pushed out by Paul Townend. Good start to the day for Paul and for Willie Mullins as Night and Day wins by a wide margin. Apples in Winter, it will be second. Circus Act third and fourth spot for One Cool Lady.
Very interesting race, I thought that was. Because I'm not entirely sure that the horse would have wanted that other horse to fall. You know, I think he was quite happy, just tucked in behind, and they could have just produced it over the last and gone away. But they had to make the running after that. I think there was he opened up the inside a couple of times, didn't he, for other horses to come through. But nothing could travel with it. Beautifully bred filly, night and day mare, sorry. And I, for one, I can't wait to see how this mare progresses over jumps. I mean, where would I expect it to go? Well, I would be amazed if they didn't try and do what Conchitista did, which was come back and win that race. Conchitista won the mare's hurdle the year after she was second, the mare's novice hurdle at Cheltenham. You know, oh no, sorry, Fairy House that was, wasn't it? Different race, but similar kind of campaigning. They chucked it straight in Grade 1, but not the mare's hurdle at Cheltenham like they did with Conchitista. So that's my mistake from earlier. But I'd be amazed if they didn't go for the mare's novice hurdle with it, this mare at some point. But we've got some nice ones for that. You know, it's looking like we've got some nice horses on these videos here, National Hunt horses. I think there's some nice horses that if people 4, 5, 6, 7 years, I think these still could be worth it. Some of them, especially some of the geldings. But we're going to leave it there, this video. What I will do at the end anyway is I will put a link to this playlist, what I've just talked about, with all the National Hunt horses on the channel. That'll be there at the end in the last 10 or 20 seconds of this video. And also there will be a little thing for people to subscribe to the channel, should they wish to not miss any horses moving forwards. So I will wrap this video up now then. I will say thank you very much for watching the video, and thank you for supporting the channel and watching the videos. Take care everybody, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.